Hey guys, don't worry, we're not going to go into the skin conversation again, but we are going to look at some new skins that are being added to Watcher of Realms. And I do have some interesting thoughts on this actually. But anyway, you can see there is Abomination, Mary, and Wrath. All three of these heroes are highly attainable heroes. Mary is day 3, Wrath is day 14, login bonuses, and Abomination is fusible. So all three of these heroes are actually very attainable, whereas Zilla 2 is obviously a legendary summon. These guys are actually way easier to get. So if we go to the preview, it opens up the browser, and unfortunately it takes us to Facebook. But let's have a look at the page and deduce what we can from this, because I think there are actually some interesting things to take from this that are promising. So let's just read this quick. Take a look at the new skin for Mary, which will be released in our Christmas events. Commanders can get the new skin via sign-in event for free. And I think this is very intentionally worded. I don't think this is any gimmick. I think it's genuinely going to be a free sign-in event skin. And we can see there's a nice bodacious Mary skin who's got a very interesting choice of attire. You can see a G-string or something. But that's going to be popular. So, and this is just the beginning. New skins for Wrath, Abomination, Setram, Theoin, and Vienna are also on the way. Each skin will have its own unique way of getting it. For example, Abomination's new skin will be granted in the New Friend Invitation event. As for Wrath's new skin, you can get it with ease in the Arena rank rewards. For more details, please stay tuned for in-game notices. The brand new Guild vs Guild gameplay is here. Delve into the Blood Surge battles with offense defense. So this is just their sales pitch, I think, about an update. But let's just take a closer, isolated look at the skins. So I have two thoughts immediately that aren't related directly to the appearance, because I like to nerd out and theory craft. So the thing that stands out to me first upon seeing these skins, one, there's no particle systems. There's no particle effects on the skins. There's no glowing. There's no emissive auras or fire. These skins look like they're going to have them. And two, and the biggest one for me, is they're in A poses. If you're familiar with 3D and the animation pipeline, an A pose is now the kind of default over the T pose. So everyone's familiar with, cyberpunk levels of T posing. This is an A pose, which is a default rigging posture for a model. So why is that important? Why am I mentioning that? Well, to me, this indicates that this was rushed out. This was not intended to be a notice. This was not intended to be an announcement. I think they put this out because people were upset about how the Zilla 2 skin was handled, the fact that it was released as a limited thing in the global leaderboard. Quite a few people in the community, I think Fastidious and Ivy League Gaming especially, made videos, and they suggested that this wasn't a good way to release the first ever skin. And I know a lot of us have reservations about that in the community. So I think this is their way of quickly getting on top of it and saying, look, there are skins coming that you can get for free, that you can get in-game. So I think that's a reasonable response. It seems like they wanted to get on top of it quickly, which is why this has been kind of thrown up very quick. So I don't think they were prepared for this. I think if you look back to how Zilla 2's marketing was handled, they had a big splashy banner of Zilla 2, they had a guess which hero it is and all that stuff. I think they probably would have done something similar for this, because they did have a fancier announcement for Zilla 2, right? Whereas this, they're kind of just saying, look guys, there's a bunch of stuff coming, some of it's free, a bunch of it you can get in game. So it looks like from this we can infer that Wrath is going to be attainable from Arena. Mary is going to be a sign-in event, so just signing in over the Christmas period you'll be able to get her. And it seems like you can get the Abomination skin as a friend invite. The other thing is this is Christmas. Christmas is still a couple months away, and they tend to hold these kind of event notices so they can have a bigger impact and draw more eyes on the event. So I think they are trying to do damage control with this. Anyway, that aside, let's take a look at the actual skin. So Abomination looks like a recolor to me. Let's have a look side by side. So there we have Abomination. Oh no, it's not quite. Oh, wait, no, it is. He's just mirrored left to right. He's even got the paint. Okay, the paint's been tidied up. It's no longer like rough blood marks. It's now clean. But aside from that, it's a recolor. Well, I mean, that is a recolor, right? That's just material paint. So, okay, they've recolored Abomination. I mean, that's fine, I guess. Then there is a Mary change. Let's have a look at how much the Mary change actually is. So there is a fairly noticeable change to a lot of her clothing. These ripples in her clothes look like they're baked in, so I don't think the model's changed all that much. I think a lot of her clothes are similar at the bottom side, but the top is changed quite a bit. The thing I'm curious to know is, are they actually changing the particle systems with these skins? That would be cool to see, because if they've given her new particle systems, that's pretty cool. And then finally there is Wrath. So Wrath's is a bigger deal. This is like a more complete rework. So we can see they've completely changed his armor, just stripped it all off other than the bottom. And the bottom side has been recolored to be a darker coat, like a darker tinge, but it seems to be exactly the same model on the lower half. The gauntlets are exactly the same as well, just again recolored. They've kept the right shoulder pad. So they've removed his chest armor. They removed one shoulder pad. They've changed the horns a bit by making them bigger and redder. and they've given him wings. So in terms of the actual level of changes, it's not that much, but it looks quite different. I think it looks cool. It kind of reminds me of Doom from Dota 2, if you've played it, my commiserations. So far, I think it looks reasonable. I think it's cool, especially because these are retainable. I think this is a good response. I think Watcher of Realms, the devs do actually listen. They do actually respond to feedback quite fast. I think they're not very good at, marketing or communicating their intentions a lot of the time. I think they're probably tied between trying to look after the community and do something good and trying to make money as a company, because it is a company, it does need to make money. But overall, I think they've done a pretty good job. I think it's cool they've added this. They've said it really quick, like, look guys, we get it, you're not happy, but look, there's a whole bunch of skins coming to the game and you'll be able to get a whole load of them for free. We can assume from this that Setran, Theowen and Vienna are probably going into the cash shop, or maybe they're in other events to get. Most likely these are all going to have some very minor stats again. It does seem to be their model, but we'll see. I don't think that will change. I've practically had assurance, because I did speak to a community manager about this, I've practically had assurance that they are going to be very minor stats always. There's no plan at all to change that. But I do have my dev interview coming up next week, actually quite quickly. It's the 25th is when I'm going to have the interview. But that will take a bit of time to edit it down, and I think they want to have a little bit of back and forth to see the end result, which makes sense. I think it is a big thing that they're doing as a company to invite someone to actually ask them questions. They gave me free reign to ask whatever I want. So I've sent them the questions so they can prepare good answers, which is what we want. We don't want them to be put on the spot. We want them to have a good answer. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be good. I will mention the skin thing. If you have any questions regarding skins that you would like asked, then chuck them below in this, and maybe I can sneak them into the interview as well. I think they're more than happy for me to ask about the skin situation. So I'm planning to just ask the costing of these kind of things and the stat situation. I don't know, that seems like the main two things. How expensive is it, and are the stats going to change? And will the stats stack if you have multiple skins for one hero? Those are the three questions I'm mainly curious about. But anyway, that is it. That is all I want to cover this video. A bunch of new skins coming to the game, though not until sometime near Christmas. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day. Take care, and bye-bye.